Welcome to this practice of release and relax. The prop you may want to have near you today is a blanket. Also, if you're going to be using essential oils, I invite you to put it on the bottom of your foot, covering every single part of every toe and all the bottom of both feet, along with having it on your hands here. To start off our practice, we are going to shift and we're going to lay on our stomachs. Now, if this is not comfortable for you, I invite you to lay in a fetal position on your side. So, moving to your belly here, and bringing when you're on your belly, you may want to use a blanket. You can bring your hands to your forehead, or you can use a blanket for your forehead, or a blanket for your cheek. So I invite you to just shift, adjust as you need to, coming into this position of laying on your belly. And if this doesn't honor your body, I invite you to move to a posture that does honor your body. In every practice, every position that you're in is a choice, and the only thing required is your breath. So I invite you to find that spot that honors your body. Make the necessary adjustments, and then settle in. Settle into comfort, to stillness. To breath, coming to a space of just beginning to notice, coming to that place of mindfulness, paying attention on purpose to the present moment without judgment, welcoming every sensation, welcoming every emotion, welcoming every thought. So I invite you just to begin to notice how your body feels supported. Notice any tension your body may feel. Notice any emotion. Notice any thoughts. Begin to notice any sounds that you hear. Notice any light. Notice any tastes in your mouth or smells. Begin to notice the temperature your body feels. Begin to notice how it feels to be laying on your belly as you breathe. Notice the movement your body is making. Noticing how your breath feels. Noticing the length and the depth. Not forcing anything, not judging, but just noticing. Noticing if your breath feels sticky, smooth, short, easy, full. noticing what you notice in this moment without judgment. And when you feel ready, I invite you just to slow your breath down a little bit. Begin to draw your breath into your back, into the lower parts of your rib, into the back part of you. Not forcing, but just gently drawing it in a little longer, a little slower, a little deeper. Feeling the rise and the fall of your chest. And just allow yourself to come into this present moment and space. Just breathe. Just allowing yourself to be just as you are. Drawing that breath in, and then as you exhale, just allowing your exhale to be a little longer than your inhale. Feeling that collapse of your chest cavity as you exhale. Listening to your breath. Just come as you are. Noticing what you notice. Tension, emotion, thoughts. Just allow them, welcome them. Allow them to be your messengers. Just beginning to notice how your face, your head, your jaw feel. Noticing any tension. Noticing your neck, your shoulders, your shoulder blades. Drawing that breath in, into that back. A little longer, a little slower, a little deeper. Noticing how it feels. Noticing the sensations. Noticing if it feels easy or difficult. And just allowing what is to be. Noticing any emotion you may feel, maybe in your chest, maybe someplace else. Just notice it. Let it be there. Welcome it. Connecting with your breath, your anchor. Noticing your torso, the movement, any sensation. Noticing your low back, your hips. Noticing your legs, the top, the bottom, your feet. Noticing your arms, the top, the bottom, your hands. Just simply come as you are. No need to role play. No need to be something other than how you are in this moment. All that Christ requires of us is to just simply come as we are, and we will begin to sense His grace. So I invite you just to breathe. Maybe your hands come by your nose and you breathe in your oils. Maybe they don't. You are invited in this moment to just simply be as you are before God. Breathing in His life. Releasing as you exhale. The things that don't serve you. The things that hold you back. The things that are toxic to your body, your mind, your spirit. Just as you inhale, you receive oxygen, you receive life for every cell in your body. As you exhale the toxin, the carbon dioxide. Just breathe in a little longer, a little slower, into that bottom part of your back ribs. And then a nice slow releasing exhale, just melting away that muscle tension, any stress, emotion. May your exhale be an act of surrender and trust as you just simply come as you are. You belong. Now maybe you need to just stay here the whole practice. You can do that. Every posture is a choice. Maybe you just need to simply be and breathe. If you desire another posture, I invite you to bring your hands underneath your shoulders and to lift your body up into a child's pose. So your toes touching together, your knees kind of out, your legs out like a V. And now before having your body come full into child's pose, I invite you, we're going to do something called thread the needle. So we're going to inhale, we're going to open up, feel that nice stretch in our back and our chest. And we're going to exhale, we're going to thread our arm through, kind of by our armpit. And we're going to lay our shoulder and our cheek on the mat. Now, your opposite arm, maybe it goes out overhead, maybe it's here just to the side of you, supporting you. And you should feel a nice stretch sensation in your shoulder, the back of your heart space by your shoulder blades. So I invite you just to kind of adjust. Adjust as you need. Finding that position that honors your body, and then just begin to breathe, finding that rhythm again of breath. Drawing it in a little longer, a little slower. Maybe even drawing that breath into that place where you feel the most sensation. And then as you exhale, just release, soften those muscles. Not forcing anything. Allow your breath, your inhale to create space, and then your exhale to release and soften into the posture. May your focus be your breath and not the posture. Let the breath do the work. Draw that breath in to kind of the back part of your ribs. And then exhale. Soften those muscles. Take 2 more nice breaths. After your second breath, I invite you to just slowly take your arm out and then coming into a child's pose. And just centering yourself here. Maybe you put your forehead on your hands or on a blanket. What honors you? What honors where you're at in this moment? Just breathe. Take note of what feels different, feels the same. Sending that breath into the back of your lungs, deep, back of your ribs. Now when you're ready, we're going to do the other side, coming back up to your hands. On an inhale, drawing that arm up, and then on an exhale, bringing your arm through, laying your shoulder and your cheek onto the mat. Maybe your arm comes overhead, maybe your arm just lays and supports. Just breathe here. Again, focusing on your breath. Honoring yourself, allowing yourself to be exactly where you're at. Releasing, exhale. Two more breaths. And then when you're finished, coming center, coming back to this child's pose for a few breaths. Just simply come as you are. No need to be anything different. No performance, no perfection needed. All you need to be is just you, as you are in this moment. Just begin to notice where you are sensing His grace, His presence. May your breath be your focus. As you inhale, receiving life. As you exhale, releasing. And when you're ready, I invite you to come onto your back here. And just slowly and mindfully. And maybe you take your blanket and you use it for a little head support. Or maybe you don't. Whatever honors your body. I invite you to listen to your body. Welcome everything that you're noticing. In breath and body, in emotions, in thoughts. Maybe you rock your knees side to side here, noticing where maybe there's some tension, some soreness, or maybe there's been a release of some tension, soreness. Moving your legs side to side, kind of like a windshield wiper. Maybe you do it large. Maybe you do it small. Honor where you're at this evening. Maybe you need stillness. But whatever you do, I invite you just to continue to breathe, drawing that breath in a little longer, a little slower, a little deeper. Still sending it into the bottom of your ribs, feeling your ribs umbrella out as you inhale and then collapse as you exhale, making your exhale a little longer than your inhale. And now I invite you just to drop your knees to one side. And I listen to your body here. Shoulders stay on the ground. And maybe your knees are pointed towards this side of the room, like towards your toes. Or maybe you want your knees pointed more towards your head. Maybe you want to stack them. Maybe you just want them to fall to the side. Adjust as necessary. I invite you just to simply be as you are. What honors your body? Don't force, but honor. And again, centering back to your breath, drawing it in towards the bottom of your lungs. And then as you exhale, just letting your knees drop, letting gravity take them. They don't have to be perfectly stacked on the ground. May your breath be your focus. May your inhale create space, and may your exhale be releasing, softening. Take 3 more breaths here. Maybe you draw your hands to your nose. Breathe in if you're an oil user. Maybe your arms are just out to the side like a T. Maybe you do a cactus arm. Noticing the sensation, noticing where you're holding tension, and softening as best as you can as every exhale. Just simply come as best as you're able. What areas are needing a little grace this evening? And when you feel ready, drawing your knees back center. Maybe you just rock them side to side. Maybe you draw them into your chest, giving yourself a little hug. What honors where you're at. And then when you're ready, dropping your knees to the other side. Again, each side is different. So maybe your knees are pointed towards your head, or maybe they're pointed the opposite direction. Keeping your shoulder blades down onto the ground and just letting your knees fall. Not forcing them down, but with every exhale, just allowing gravity to take your knees closer to the ground. With every exhale, just releasing that tension, softening your body. Receiving the grace that is there for you. No perfection or performance needed. Just come as you are before the living God. And just breathe. Let Him pour His grace and His love on you. Begin to sense it and feel it and receive it. When you feel ready, bringing your knees back center. And again, maybe you rock your knees side to side. Maybe you draw your knees into your chest. What honors you? And then when you feel ready, I invite you just to extend your legs long into a final resting pose. And maybe you take your blanket and you put it underneath your knees. If this savasana, this final resting pose, doesn't honor you, you can feel free to keep your knees bent or come into a side laying pose, the fetal pose. Your arms, wherever they feel the most relaxed. There's no requirements. Just find that posture that you feel relaxed in. And just breathe. Just be. And to simply be as you are. Begin to notice how your body feels. Notice your emotions, your thoughts, your mind. Noticing in your spirit the presence of God, His grace, His love. Notice what has shifted from the beginning. Notice if anything is still there. Welcoming all of it. Just breathing. Slowly bringing some movement into your fingers and toes, your wrists and your ankles, your knees and your elbows, just slowly and mindfully taking a few moments, a few breaths to just come back to a seated posture. Maybe you have your hands on your knees. Maybe you bring your hands heart center, thumbs to our heart, signifying gratitude. Taking a nice inhale and exhale. Just coming to a place of gratitude for our breath, for our practice, for the presence of God, for His grace and love. Thank you for our bodies, our emotions, our thoughts. For our breath. Thank you, God, for your grace and your love. Amen.